That wasn't bad at all, especially for how long it's been.
Yeah, I was about to say it's... Yeah, it's it's been a minute. The problem is I didn't save up anything to talk about in the cold open, which is fun. So I would love to just like should hit here and vibe, but I swear to God, hitting that record button, brain off. It's gone. It's gone.
Yeah.
All my thoughts are Weekly Shonen Jump right now.
Honestly, what a terrible time to try and do this. We got a lot going on.
Yeah.
We pulled Aster into reading another weekly manga. So.
Everybody watch and then read Jujutsu Kaisen.
Please, I'm literally ready.
Everybody go see my boy Yuji.
This is gonna go up in like 2021, but if you haven't yet, go, oh god, why is my water bottle leaking? Ah!
Oh no!
Oh no! Christ. A tragedy.
Okay, it's fine. Please, everybody love my boy, Yuji.
He's so good. I read the manga in like a week, which was a mistake, but...
It's easy to do, but it's a mistake.
Yeah.
Right.
The problem is it's good, but the problem is that it makes me sad.
Yeah.
So what you have to do is you read everything up to the current arc in a week. Give it like 2 days.
I don't know if it's going to be current by the time this goes up.
True. Read everything up to Shibuya arc in that week. And then take like 2 days off. And then go read Shibuya.
Please don't do what I did, which is slam it just like one after another, like the world's most unpleasant tequila shots. Every new arc is like a shot and there's no chaser.
Yeah.
And
It's
also...
great. If you like Kimetsu no Yaiba,
Yep.
that's an inspiration for it.
Bro,
If you like Kimetsu no Yaiba and you liked feeling sad, may I recommend Jujutsu Kaisen.
If you want to have another anime son who blasts apart all of his bones, may I introduce to you Yuji Itadori?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fucking hate manga, you guys.
It's bad. Now that we've talked about Jujutsu Kaisen, let's talk about completely not what that is.
Yeah, let's talk about the opposite.
The opposite of joy.
It brought me joy for a while.
Boy. Hello and welcome to Wikiboys, the podcast where three friends dive into the wonderful world of fandom wiki pages. I'm your host, Aster, and I use she and they pronouns.
I'm Alex, and I use he, him pronouns.
And I'm Rook, and I use they, them pronouns.
And as we lampshaded a little bit in the cold open, we are talking about the opposite of joy, and the domain of pain. I don't know.
The domain of grief.
The domain of grief. Red versus blue. So my mileage is actually more than I fucking thought. So I watched all of it all the way through up through season 13. Season 14 was like the weird anthology season, and so I didn't watch all of those episodes, and that was the beginning of the end because I got out of practice like tuning in every week. And then when season 15 started, I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. And it was weird. Like it was just really different, and it wasn't like anything like what I was used to for the series, and I was like, I don't actually think I'm enjoying this, so I stopped watching it. And there's been 2 seasons after that, and now there's another one coming out soon.
Oh, God.
So... yeah, that's my mileage. Is I watched more of this show than I really should be proud to admit.
Yeah, I think I'm like almost exactly identical mileage, where I watched up through 13. The weird anthology season happened. I'm like, I don't really need to watch this, and then just dropped off.
Yeah, that anthology season I'm not saying it was like a bad choice because I think it's like an interesting choice.
Which one is the anthology season again?
That'd be season 14.
What happened in it?
Nothing.
Well, lots of different things, but most critically, and the only episodes I remember watching was the Locus and Felix backstory.
Oh, okay, that one.
Yeah. There was a lot of like one-off episodes that I just like straight up didn't care about. And it was an interesting, like, ambitious, it was very like status quo sort of breaking for the series. Cool experiment. Bad way to keep your audience engaged if you want them to come back week after week.
Yeah.
Is to give them the option to stop watching.
Yeah. Did Alex give his mileage, or is it my turn?
Yes.
I opened the wiki, which means my brain turned off.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It is your turn because Alex and I basically have the same mileage.
I watched it and I don't remember when I stopped. I know I saw 14.
Well, then we probably all have the exact same mileage.
The problem is that I don't remember. I know the problem is that trying to remember what happened is hard because in my brain it's all just Halo men and sometimes women do big fight.
Yeah, I think also like the problem is at least for a while
Let
there,
me open season 15. What happens in season 15?
you could watch it on Netflix. Maybe you still can, I don't know. And the way that they do that is they just smush it together into basically a movie. And if that's how you're watching it, it is fucking impossible to remember what you've seen. Because in college, this is just fun trivia fact about me, I ran a D20 Modern game based off of the Freelancer arc.
Yeah, you did.
You did.
I sure did. And let me tell you guys, this is going to be my super brief tabletop role playing game corner. D20 Modern is already a little bit broken. Turns out when you pile untested, poorly made homebrew on top of it, it doesn't get better.
Oops. Okay, I do recognize season 15.
I recognize like a little bit of what was going on in season 15.
I recognize the end of season 15.
Oh my, then you watched more
my
than I
God.
ever did. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I never finished season 15. I was just like, I don't really care what this is about. I don't it's a bunch of characters
Shit.
that I don't know or care about. So
Yeah, I don't remember why I would have. I recognize some of the episode titles in season 16. Hey, how much of this fucking show did I watch? I really don't know.
This is incredible. I love that we're learning this about you together.
The problem is also that I shotgunned most of RVB.
Oh yeah.
I think I watched most of it in I think I watched all of it in like a month.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a fast.
When did we become friends? Was it 2015? 2014? I don't fucking remember.
It's almost sad that I genuinely can't remember. It's been 4 years, so whatever the hell that means.
Yeah. Okay, when did you and Cerise start dating?
2016.
Okay, we became friends in 2016.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's around when I finally caught up.
Yeah, because I think I remember watching either season 11 or season 12 as it came out.
Yeah, I jumped into RVB real late.
It would have been season 12 because I got into Rooster Teeth and whatever around 2014. It was like after I graduated high school, that summer in between high school and college, I had a lot of time on my hands, which meant that I could watch as much stupid internet content as I wanted. And I think it was like I found Achievement Hunter and I was like, oh wait, they do other shit, and then I went and watched all their other stuff. And so I think I also shotgunned my way through 11 seasons of Red vs. Blue and just about caught up. I think about halfway through season 12. So I watched season 12 and season 13 live, and then season 14 pretty quickly immediately got me off of the show, which is incredibly funny to me. I watched...
Yeah, and for me it's really hard because I was on and off watching Rooster Teeth. I think I picked up Rooster Teeth the first time when I was 14.
Yeah.
It's really like that age that where they get you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and you graduated high school like super early, didn't you?
Yes, I was I think I was 15 when I graduated high school.
Yeah, it also tracks.
Brother.
And comrade, I also actually, this is just a little bit of lores for me, but I don't know if either of you remember the series, super ongoing, that they ended probably like 3 years ago at this point because time is fake, the fails of the week.
Yep.
Oh,
I saw that shit way before I ever got into Rooster Teeth, and so because I was a child and had limitless time, and all my needs were met, so I didn't have to like worry about anything. I just shotgunned that, and then like 2 or 3 years later, I got like back into Rooster Teeth, and I was like, wait a fucking minute.
These guys?
I know these two.
My introduction was Rage Quit, which was most people's introduction, I think.
That was my like reintroduction. Was I saw almost certainly the Impossible game Rage Quit.
My specific introduction was the people pitching it up and using Michael's voice as their headcanon for Carcat.
You can't say that to me.
And Gavin for Iridan.
Oh god, I forgot people did that.
yeah. Good to know that we are the same person.
Yeah. We actually, this is a bit of a tangent, but we passed ships in the Homestuck fandom.
Yeah, we were... Okay, so... I think, to my memory, what happened. So you wrote a fic, somebody I also knew illustrated it, and then, like, just jumbles all together that we ended up doing something that was related to each other. I don't know. Do you think my brain worked in 2011?
I think most people's brains worked a little bit in 2011.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit better than it does now.
Yeah. Anyway, RVB though.
Yeah, RVB.
Anyway, RVB.
So, the thing was, so I genuinely, like, I tried to go on the wiki and figure out, like, what the last 3 seasons that I hadn't seen were about so I could talk to you guys about them.
You mentioned it being hard.
So season 15 is pretty cut and dry. Basically, these new characters that get introduced, like, she's, like, a reporter, and she's doing, like, a docu-series on the Reds and the Blues, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, that sounds boring.
That's why I dropped off, because I was like, I don't know who this is, and I don't, like, know what's going on. I guess the mystery was like, oh, they've been doing all these crimes, and the Reds and the Blues are like, what the fuck?
Yeah, they were doing
are
like
you talking about.
Yeah, someone was doing like space crimes.
Turns out there was a whole other group called the Blues and the Reds, which were basically the
anti-RVB.
I almost said Amok Time, and then I realized neither of you would know what the fuck that
Pardon?
means. It's a Star Trek thing.
Okay.
The Mirrorverse version of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's like a whole fuck. Sorry, I just realized.
What?
I need a second. I guess I was looking, and apparently there's a couple of episodes where Carolina and Wash go to find, I guess it was this freelancer, Agent Illinois, who went off and like owned a bar or something. And so there's some like credits for people from Project Freelancer, and 3 of these characters are listed, like, some of these characters are listed as corpse only. So Illinois, Arizona, Alaska, and Maryland are listed as corpse only.
Oh my god.
Which is really a lot to handle.
So I know for a fact that you definitely had freelancer OCs, Aster, because you ran a D&D campaign.
Yes.
What do you remember which ones they were?
I had California. So there was sort of a difference between like my personal freelancer OCs and the freelancers that were in my game. I had Alaska. Actually, hold on. I have the fucking. Give me a second.
Oh, do you still have it?
Yep.
Why am I asking? Of course you do.
Yep. Give me a hot second. I'll find. I know I had Alaska, Massachusetts. I want to say New York. No, not New York, because I wouldn't have allowed somebody to do New York. Give me a second. I gotta fucking get past my notes.
Yeah, the only thing I really remember about RVB is I think I was really... something about church liked to dance in my brain, and I don't remember, but I remember that he had, like, a bullshit plot, so I think he actually sucked.
He absolutely actually sucked, but he was fun AI, didn't know he was AI stuff going on.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
That would dance in your brain.
wanted to talk a little bit about the things that I wanted to talk about at the time, but then it just didn't, because it's made by Video Game Man.
Yeah.
It's fine, now I can finally talk about that stuff because that's all that Zero Escape is about.
Honestly,
I've been saying the stuff that Zero Escape has been saying for years. Anyway, this isn't about Zero Escape, that's for later.
No,
That's for later.
I'm
Oh, I
desperately-
do. Speaking of Zero Escape, I'm looking at Sigma's page because he was voiced by Elijah Wood, and I think about that a lot.
RVB Sigma, not...
RBB
wish-
Sigma.
I genuinely wish I could forget that.
Oh, it's so much.
The
Okay,
people that
so-
Rooster Teeth has on call
I really nope. I need to read the last piece of trivia on
Go
Sigma's
ahead.
page. Sigma is subname of Sigma from Mega Man X video game series. Sure is subname.
So I only have
Some name is also capitalized.
Subname is also capitalized.
So I think I only have the
good.
letters of the characters, which is dumb. If I had more time, I could go and double check what all of the names are. I believe it's Alaska, Virginia, Iowa, New Hampshire, perhaps York. I may have just let my friend do it. Massachusetts, Alaska, New Hampshire, I think it was Vermont and Iowa. I personally also had California, Georgia, and Kentucky.
Okay, because I had Alaska and Massachusetts.
Yeah! Also, our Alaska was better than what RVB did, I'm sure, because our Alaska was a half-bear hybrid named Winnie Paddington.
What?
That's better than anything RBB could do.
Why do the bears?
Yeah, not to just talk about my game the whole time.
I figured we would have.
Uh,
It's part of your I'm big RVB fan and I'm sad, so...
yeah, and unsurprisingly, I think if you know anything about me, the fact that the freelancer arc is my favorite, and still is
Yeah.
not
unfortunate.
surprising, and the fact that I set a whole game in that arc is also not surprising.
Wasn't it basically just like a drama miniseries, basically?
Pretty much.
Yeah, it had a lot going on.
I am looking at season 9's cover and being like, yep.
The whole 6
I
through
look at
10.
season 9's cover and I'm like, I see it.
I see it. I'm looking.
I remember exactly what this looks like.
Oh, man. I am a little bit feeling the problems in my brain knit back together the more I think about Project Freelancer, which, like, isn't how this should go. But
I mean that
I do-
that just means that it's time to take the parts that you like about Project Freelancer and make a whole OC-verse about it.
True.
I keep saying this.
I know.
If you like something but have too many problems about it, you take the stuff you like about it and make it your own.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Free yourself. That's in general. I wasn't trying to chastise you. That was at listeners at home. My advice for you.
yeah.
Cannibalize everything you love.
Cannibalize everything you love. But if I think about the freelancers, I do feel joy. Actually, hold on. One more thing. I have to brush out my closet a little bit,
Yeah. Go ahead.
which was
It's another Ask Your Intervention episode, by the way. Well, not intervention. Therapy session.
yeah. I super briefly had a roleplay Twitter for North Dakota.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I fucking did.
No.
Esther.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. And somebody I still follow to this day was a York. I follow them.
No.
I follow them because they're a furry artist and they're good, but like, I found them because that they were a York. So yeah, that's my fucking truth, and I'm here to say it.
Oh my god.
Listen, it's siblings. I didn't know it at the time, but siblings.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, this was before I got my claws in you.
Yeah, it was before you got your claws in me, but I mean, siblings.
Siblings.
Oh. I'm unfortunately now just looking at Washington's page.
I
And,
love
like,
him so
Oh,
much.
I am unfortunately
Yeah,
feeling
I also
things.
liked Wash.
Let's just talk about Washington.
Can
Let's
we
talk about
Washington
Agent
before we go to
Washington.
hell?
I want to talk about Wash. Hey, did you guys know that
Yeah.
he had like an injury and has like brain damage?
Yeah, he sure
Uh,
does. You want to scroll down to section themes for me on Washington's page?
Oh, you know what? Here's something bad that happened in my brain. Wash was the one I actually liked more than Church, but because it's Halo armor, I couldn't remember.
God. Well, also because I remember especially Wash was blue for a little bit, and like
He was blue for a little bit, so I was like,
and had the
Did Wash and Church have any interaction together? Is that why that happened in my brain, or am I just dumb?
Oh, I think because wasn't like all of season 6 through 9 was like Wash hunting down the Reds and the Blues?
Yeah,
Right.
here's a picture of Wash and AI Church. Yeah, that's what happened in my brain. I associated them together, so I was like, oh, they're the same person.
Yeah. Hey, I really is the part that you want to talk about Wash's survivability.
Yes!
What?
Yes. Okay. So I remember, like, there was a big fandom joke that he was like a cockroach, like, because this motherfucker almost dies multiple times every season.
I do love this picture that's just a bunch of Halo men lined up together, and just the caption is in all caps, was I the only one who didn't know I had fucking brain damage?
It's really good.
I did miss seeing just all these recolored Halo models, just the Skittles Brigade.
Oh, dude, fucking on Tumblr, my tag for RVB was, and still is, I guess, technically, because I never deleted it, Skittle Soldiers in a Box Canyon. The best part about the Reds and the Blues is they did not get ambitious with the different helmet styles, and I love it so much. I think because, like, I don't think Halo Combat Evolved had that. So they were unfortunately locked into whatever choices they made in the early games.
In fucking 2003.
Right.
God, this fucking image, Wash watches his stunt double getting shot, triggering his PTSD. Jesus.
It's fucking... So, yeah, I think in season 15, Wash and Carolina go to Agent Illinois' zone. This is like the only thing I was able to figure out, because I was like, I went to Wash's page because I was like, Cheems, I like him. And then I saw a section brain damage and I was like, what did you do to him? So they go to where Agent Illinois was. I think he was on this planet or whatever. They heal or something. I don't know. They have some talks about it. It genuinely, I was like, am I gonna have to watch this episode? And that thought has still not left my mind. And then they get like ambushed, and I guess this person was hunting down freelancers, locking their armor, and letting them die in the armor.
Hey, that's fucked up.
That's real fucked up.
I love that.
And then Wash, hallucinating from the fatigue, walks aimlessly into the battle and gets shot in the throat.
Wow.
What?
So I guess it fucks up. Alex, we will fucking talk about that. I have to get through Wash's throat injury first. So he gets fucking shot in the throat, and they go and save him. He has, some issues, obviously. It seems that they at least do... It's not just like, oh, he's fine. Like, he actually has, like, recovery and issues and whatever. So, I think in season 16? Could be wrong. There's, like, an episode where they're making, like, a docu-series. It's, meta humor. Oh, we're making a show about the Reds and the Blues or whatever. And that's where Wash watches his stunt double get shot, triggering his PTSD. Rick, the reason you remember seeing that thing is because this model shows up in a different place. This model...
Oh, okay.
Yes.
It's Alex linked the Trovos page.
Yes. So that model is like for people who know Halo, it's like the monitor. It's the little fucking ball that floats around. Turns out the
last time I played Halo was when I was like 8.
It's fine. I'm just saying, like, this is a model they've used before. Because I think in Halo 3, in the Forge mode, which is where I think they did a lot of their recording.
Question: Was there an arc in RVB where they go to the desert and they go in a temple and there was a little orb? Is that where I recognize this from?
That's where you're getting that from.
That's where you're getting that from. I think because it was like basically one of the only other models that they could fucking use.
Hey, sorry not to interrupt watch time, but what season is Trovos from? Because they introduced gods?
I think it's season 17. Season 16 and season 17 are literally so fucking confusing. Like, we just have to get through watch time, and then I can, like, this was the part where I was like, I have to stop. I'm not going to understand this.
Oh, it's supposed to be Krovos because it's, like, Kronos. Okay.
Right. So, I tried to understand this. I was like reading through episode synopses and doing what I fucking could, and I was like, I don't get this because it's like weird time shit. So the whole fucking thing is they go to the past or whatever.
Oh, our working antagonist of season 15. Okay. Oh god, that means I probably may have seen this.
So the fucking thing is, there's like also a part where like they don't fucking tell him that he has like straight up like brain damage.
Yeah. Oh, are we going back to Wash? Okay.
Yeah, we're going back to Wash. We're going to talk about Wash.
We have to.
It's fine. I still had the page open, so I was like, "Where are you reading from?"
No, we gotta go to Wash because I think
absolutely. We don't have to talk about that shit.
I think it's critical to what happens in the later seasons. I don't fucking know. Because I think part of the whole like time travel weirdness is they time travel to try and stop Wash from getting hurt.
Oh.
So yeah. Anyways, he this is under the section brain damage, last paragraph. Right next to was I the only one who didn't know I had fucking brain damage? He agrees to help the crew clean up their mess, but Carolina finally speaks up about Wash's psyche. She reveals that he has cerebral hypoxia caused by the lack of oxygen his brain suffered after getting shot in the neck. Wash then lashes out at everyone, repeatedly asking them if they knew, which they deny. Carolina says that she kept it from everyone because she didn't want to upset him. So Dr. Gray and Carolina make the fucking decision to not tell him that he has like literal brain damage.
That seems fucked up.
It's incredibly fucked up.
Because wouldn't you have after effects and you'd be like, oh, why am I so fucked up?
I have a lot of feelings about Dr. Emily Gray as a character, and I could talk about them.
And you can go off.
So the thing is, basically anything that Miles Luna wrote, I fucking hate.
This is gonna be another Miles Luna hate train.
This is another Miles Luna hate zone. The fucking thing about, so here's my, I think in terms of, so Miles wrote 11, 12, and 13. I think continued to write after that, but that was like his first big thing. The characters that he was basically writing fan fiction of were more or less okay. I could talk about Carolina being a walking church USB, but I won't because we'll be here all day if I do. But more or less, like the Reds and Blues were written like they always had been. Because I'm going to tap the Folding Ideas Man sign, and you'll know that if he talks about when the directors of the 50 Shades of Grey took over, they were used to doing TV. Which basically...
Wait, what? Oh, okay, sorry. I was reading a line and my brain turned off.
No, it's okay. I'm going at the fucking speed of light, and it's just because my brain works.
Go ahead,
like
it's
this.
Okay.
Essentially, he did that thing where if you take over as a writer of a TV show, you turn to the character, like the actors who have been doing those characters for... at that point, fucking 10 years. Fucking Gus Sorolla knows, Simmons better than fucking Miles ever will, right? So, the Reds and the Blues had mostly stable characters.
Yeah.
And even Wash and Carolina had mostly stable characters. They didn't all do interesting things. Seethes quietly about Carolina. But, like, they were still decently written. Because they had all this history. Any character that Miles introduced, with the exception of maybe Kimball, just because she's like a cool like boss woman and like she's cool.
Felix probably continued to be cool and badass, right? Because that's the one he voices.
Oh well, Felix of course is cool and badass, but I'm actually dinging him for that because I think that makes him a bad character.
I think that he is not a good character. I think he's cool and badass.
Yeah.
But it was Miles making himself cool and badass.
Yeah.
Every other character that he introduces in the chorus arc is like not good. And specifically Dr. Emily Gray. Alex posted a piece of trivia that actually leads me to want to talk about her. We will have to loop back around to this time bullshit. I don't even understand it, and you guys are just gonna have to come with me on this insane ride.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Yep. Someone want to read it out loud because I cannot.
I'm gonna link you guys Dr. Gray's page here really quick. So she.
Oh, I remember her now. Looking at her.
Yeah, she.
The Halo 4 armor is cool as hell.
I really liked the way that Halo 4 looked. This is just...
I don't know what Halo 4 armor this is, but it's the one with just, like, the eye in the middle. It's cool.
I'm almost certain the trivia will tell you.
Yeah.
Her armor in Halo 4 consists of a prefect helmet and torso, ODST
Yeah.
shoulders, arms and legs, and a tracker visor.
Halo armor is cool as hell.
Halo armor is cool as hell, and I liked... That was one of the things I enjoyed, was when they were able to introduce different helmet styles and stuff. That was fun. Anyway, so Dr. Gray...
Now for the bad part.
So, Emily Gray is shown to be very friendly, cheerful, and eccentric. She is oddly joyful and somewhat oblivious to reality, as she shows much enthusiasm in her occupation and keeps a cheerful tone when noting how terrible the Civil War has been. She also kept a cheerful tone even after Carolina threatened to stab her if she called her sweetie again, saying she would love to psychoanalyze her. So basically, she's just a fucking caricature. I mean, she's basically like a mad scientist, psychiatrist who loves to... does a little unethical medical practice that pisses the reds and blues off. Like,
Which, sometimes that's fun, but usually it's written kind of badly.
Wouldn't you believe it? It's written kind of badly.
Yeah,
Dr. Gray
what's
has
it-
also shown some
Yeah.
severe psychopathic tendencies. Like, she's not... It's not like the sort of... almost like Scrubs or like MASH level sort of dark humor that I think like a doctor in a war would have. She's literally just crazy. And it makes me incredibly mad. Because I was like... Also, I just straight up don't know why she is both a medical doctor and the psychiatrist.
Yeah.
There's no reason she needed to be. Just like logically speaking.
You'd think they have enough room to have two doctor characters.
Well, I mean, I guess technically they do because we have Doc, but
Wait.
we'll get to Alex. I think you know we're fucking gonna get to that.
Oh, right. Him.
Yeah.
I had to look at him again.
In an interview with the Shizno podcast, Miles explains that the reason Dr. Gray is eccentric is because as the war went on, she would retreat to a happy place while treating injured patients. Unfortunately, casualties got so bad she retreated to it more and more, eventually leading her to become trapped in this happy place, which led to her eccentricities. So she's just fucking... I'm so tired, you guys. So yeah, she's just fucking crazy.
Hey, can I remind everybody what the conceit of this show was originally? Like, season 1?
Please do.
So, starting off, these were like 3-minute little comedy sketches of head-bobbing Halo soldiers telling dick jokes.
Yeah.
This is what we got to.
This is what... There's, like, plot, and it's insane. I think at some point...
Which I don't think it's bad when that happens.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
I think...
But
I
especially
think
once you let it go on as long as RVB has and still is going, you gotta stop.
I think they made...
Gonna
Actually,
speak.
one of the things that they made the sort of smart decision is, if you notice, like, the upcoming series has, like, a whole new cast of characters in it, and they're doing
Really?
different shit. Yeah. Red vs. Blue Zero...
Oh yeah, I did open that and I was like, what the fuck is this?
While central character models are still based on the Halo franchise, the season features environments and several characters using weapons and fighting monsters not featured in the Halo games, utilizing free
Yeah.
assets from Unreal Engine, including monster designs from the canceled game Paragon, and weapons and character models from Yingpei Games. So it's like a whole... I think, like, they're... At the very least, it seems maybe Wash and Carolina are there, but, you know...
Yeah, something in the same universe, but, well, a spin-off series, basically.
Right. Which
Okay.
is honestly smart at this point, and I'll give them props for
I
that.
feel like they should have done that earlier. I mean, that's kind of what the freelancers were, and it was banging.
Right, the freelancers
but then they-
introduced this whole new
But
thing.
then they went back.
Yeah. Yeah, I hate Emily Gray so much as a character because I wanted to like her, but I don't.
Because she sucks and she's poorly written.
She sucks and she's poorly written, and I'm...
I feel like female doctors always get the worst of it. Like, usually when male doctors are like that, they're written better. And I know the answer is misogyny, but
Yeah. I don't
you guys
know.
want to talk about Doc?
We talk about Doc, and then we can talk about Donut, and then we can brain explode.
And that'll be probably all we talk about.
I'm gonna try and restrain myself and not just.
Okay, do you want to talk about something that's not any of that then? Do you have like a list?
No! No! I literally was just trying so hard last night to figure out what the fuck season 16 and season 17 were about. And I just couldn't fucking
Do you have anything else about Wash you want to talk about? Anything else about the freelancers? Have a little bit of joy?
Not really, honestly. I want to I want to see if we can dig into what season 17 and season 19 or 16 and 17, sorry, are
we
about.
could open season 16.
I have it open here. It gets fucking insane.
Toss me a link.
This is the synopsis. Picking up in the moments after the conclusion of season 15, which is great because I didn't finish that.
Season 15 is that the one that I think I watched.
Yes, and I don't even remember what the last episode was about. Like, the penultimate episode of season 15 is... It's red versus red and blue versus blue in the action-packed penultimate episode of season 15. Temple, a character that I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I remember watching the fucking the big fight.
Temple's on the verge of accomplishing his sinister goals, and there's only one group of primary colored soldiers who can stop him.
Temple. Let me see if I remember Temple.
Yeah, let's
God.
open up this motherfucker and see if we can figure out who this is, because...
Is it Mark Temple?
Oh, I see. This is the Blues and the Reds church.
Yeah.
I see. Right. So because the Blues and the Reds all have just sort of like bizarro names.
Oh yeah, Biff.
Temple, Loco, Surge, Bucky, Cronut. Still mad about him. Still mad about him.
That Cronut is a little funny.
I mean, Cronut's a little funny. Cronut can be a little... He's fucking voiced by Miles!
Who? Which?
Cronut.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm afraid that we're gonna get dangerously close to me talking about Donut.
We gotta reel it back. We gotta talk about Shinzo Paradox.
I gotta reel it back. So, basically, the Shizno Paradox, a simple trip to lunch triggers an epic quest full of new enemies, allies, betrayal, and stuffed crust in the Shizno Paradox. Pizza jokes, because it's fucking 2018 and those are still funny.
One of the episodes is called A Piece of the Action.
Hey, a pizza the action! The only...
hey, have you seen... they make a pizza. Here's a picture of two Halo men staring at a pizza.
Wait, this is the best thing I've ever fucking seen!
This could be our thumbnail, actually. Let me post the big one. God, this pizza looks really bad. It's just a fucking JPEG.
Glossy JPEGs of pizza! Is this fucking...
I do remember seeing this.
Is this fucking Griffin Doc?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really funny.
So, basically, as far as I could tell, so I looked at the synopsis for this first episode, the Shizno, which I think is, at least in the lore established by the show, is like I think the alien word for humans or something. So
what?
I think it's like the alien's word for human is Shizno.
Oh, I do feel like I remember that.
That was in some really early.
Yeah, that was a long time ago joke.
Here's Griffin Doc talking about pizza transcript.
Oh, actually, thinking about Griff again is sort of sparking the joy centers of my brain.
I do want to read this third line. Bullshit. Yes! To Roman peasants who appear at the periphery of the frame. You understand, right? Dough on the bottom, then the tomato, then the mozzarella, then you bake it. But just the right amount. Too much and you get a cracker crust, which is a mortal fucking sin, you Neanderthal. Got it? The peasants stare for a moment, then turn and walk away.
I'm gonna think about too much and you get a cracker crust, which is a mortal fucking sin, you Neanderthal.
Yeah.
RVD is not funny, but it's
big
kind of
hot
funny.
pants roast Gyro Zappelli voice.
Shut the fuck up. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill you. So, I will link the first episode, The Shizno, because I want to express to you the non sequitur that happens in this description here. The beginning...
Wait, I want to read one more pizza line.
Sure, go ahead. Go for it. The pizza lines are really good.
Pizza is the food. It's like perfect in its simplicity. 3 ingredients, a holy trinity that come together to form a greasy triangle of perfection. And from this thin slice of heaven, man has created an edible plate that anything could go on. A New Testament. Infinite possibility.
So
I think that actually a pizza the action is the height of rating.
I think that maybe it is.
This transcript is just on the wiki, so if you go to rbb.fandom.com/wiki/a_pizza_the_action with a pizza and action having capital starters, the transcript is just there and you can read it, and it's pretty good actually.
Almost, I think a bunch of the episodes have their transcripts on them. So, the beginning of a new adventure from the Reds and Blues picks up right where the last one left off. A conversation about where to get lunch. They notice that Donut is not with them, and Griff tells Caboose to go search for him. Strap the fuck in, everybody. It's gonna get crazy. Caboose
This is when they start a paradox, right?
Yes. Caboose goes to the base from season 15 and finds multiple donuts. We get
I
to
remember
Donut
that.
being suspended in the air while Caboose is asking him about what he wants to eat. Donut screams in pain as his body is twisted in unnatural ways. He disappears, and Caboose heads out to tell the crew that he left. Don't know why they sent Caboose back, honestly.
Why?
After telling them that he left the Reds and Tucker want to find him, but Griff says no. They leave to get pizza while Carolina heads off to chorus with the chorus gang. Unbeknownst to them, unknown creatures called Muggins and Huggins have been watching them. Muggins tells Huggins to watch over the Reds and Blues and to not be spotted. He then travels to an unknown planet where he tells a man sitting on a chair that the pizza quest has begun. That's the plot section on this episode, so you can understand my fucking confusion.
I do remember watching this.
And I'm like, okay, maybe the transcript will tell me. In medieval times, the blue sky pans down to a lone parapet. A lute could be heard playing in the background. 2 knights, one wearing orange and the other wearing maroon, stand guard atop the watchtower armed with crossbows before having an all too familiar conversation, albeit in Old English. This is the conversation from the first episode, like, hey, do you ever wonder why we're here? I want to quibble.
Do we want to back and forth this?
No, I don't
good,
actually.
No? Okay, I just like doth thee ever wonder wherefore we be hither.
It's really good. One of life's most wondrous mysteries. I want to quibble really strongly with this. This is not Old English. This is not even Middle English. This is early modern English.
Yeah.
This is not what Old English is.
Old English would be written like Beowulf, and it would be like...
Do you think you could Beowulf up?
No.
Do you ever wonder why we're here? No?
No.
You don't know it that well enough to do one?
Oh,
Okay.
absolutely. I mean, it is... Rick, it is essentially another language.
It's another language.
I know. I've tried reading poetry in Old English. It's really hard.
Yeah. I mean, because it's not even... Like, you can kind of read, like, Chaucer in its sort of original form, because that's, like, Middle English. It's a little weird, and you need about as many footnotes as you do with Shakespeare, but, like, you can do it. You literally would have to learn Old English to read Beowulf in its original language. Anyways, I certainly know that it would start with Hvet, which is the untranslatable word at the beginning of Beowulf that loosely means, like, hail or listen. That's the only thing I know about Beowulf. Anyways.
Okay.
So you're thinking, like, nowhere in this plot synopsis does it even talk about that there's fucking medieval soldiers. None of it makes any goddamn sense. And I'm like, what the fuck are Huggins and Muggins?
I don't remember why they're there.
That brings us into the cosmic powers. So they are AI turned gods, question mark?
Oh, right.
Or they're AI, like, based off of gods. So there's...
Because we can't call them the Forerunners.
Because we can't call them the Forerunners, because Microsoft...
Oh, is that a Halo thing?
That's basically the same thing, but now in Halo.
Okay.
Either Microsoft or 343 owns that, I don't remember. But there's Kali Rama, Destiny and the Fates, Atlas Arcadium Rex, Burnstorm, Apovos, Muggins, and Huggins. And I was like, what the fuck are these things? Muggins and Huggins are basically... their species is listed as sentient light being. And they are essentially Hugin and Munin, Odin's ravens.
I don't remember this part.
This seems to be slightly later in this season. It seems like...
But I remember, like, Blue versus Blue.
Well, that was... So, because this is season 16. Blue versus Blue shit was in season...
Oh.
Yeah. Blue versus Blue shit was in season 15.
Okay. Maybe I dropped off of 16 then.
Because it seems like you're not recognizing a lot of stuff that's happening in, like, the meat of season
The problem
16.
is also it could have been a thing where I watched some of it and then dropped off of it, but people that I followed were still watching it and posting about it, so I absorbed some of it that way.
Yeah.
I'll open some of these later, but you can keep talking.
There's Genkins.
Good name.
Okay.
Is a rogue AI determined to gain as much power as possible. The son of Atlas Arcadium Rex, he is known as a trickster among his, quote, family for his tendency to play tricks in games.
Loki?
Literally, the trivia is like, Genkin's nature alludes to the trickster figure present in many ancient mythologies who could be good or bad. His accent and personality... No, Alex, we are going to talk about it. It appeared to be loosely based on the Marvel Comics interpretation of Loki from Norse mythology. So yeah, he's literally Loki. He's green and he's evil. There's also... wow, her page is very short. Kali Rama, a four-armed, quote, goddess and queen of the cosmic powers.
Okay.
So this is, like, I think one of the only pages that mentions this. She, like the rest of the gods, is actually an ancient artificial intelligence created by Krovos to manipulate younger races. Again, we're getting into Forerunner shit. This is basically, like, we're gonna do Forerunner stuff, but we have to, like, make it our own lore because... so that...
Microsoft will eat us.
Microsoft doesn't finally sue us.
Finally, yeah.
I mean, Microsoft...
It's still a miracle that they were, like, cool with it.
They are exceedingly cool and, in fact, actually added in tools to later games to help them make it easier to make the show, which is very cool of Microsoft. I just have to say that. So, this all wraps back around, and we get to Krovos, who, as far as I can tell, is basically a time god, which makes sense.
Yeah.
His name is Krovos.
Yeah. Her, maybe? It's
right?
She is voiced, she created the cosmic powers. She's voiced by a gal. I think this incredibly evil time god is a girl, which, like, hey, girl power.
Girl boss.
I think it could be a situation where it's, like, just gendering an AI because nicknames are also God and him.
Yeah, I can't figure this out, but, like, Lee Eddy is her voice and Lee Eddy is girl.
The wiki refers to her as a girl.
Yeah. And who was also the voice for 479er.
Okay.
Which is very fun. Which is very funny to me because I'm like, oh, she's back in the fucking saddle. Krovos is the overarching antagonist of season 15. Don't fucking ask me how. And is the main antagonist
because she manipulated someone into starting the paradox.
Oh, okay. And then is the main antagonist of the Shizno paradox, which is season 16. I tried to read this thing, but, like, I think she, like, traps Donut and Doc.
It really sounds like that RVB did a Homestuck.
RVB, I think, did a Homestuck. Like, let me show you this, like, Krovos' prison, which
It is the nature of humanity that we will create Homestuck again.
Krovos' prison is just this, like, incredibly bright set of cogs. I don't fucking know what's going on in this goddamn series anymore. And this is just in the Shizno paradox. Singularity, whole fucking other thing. And there's, like, it took two. So, the synopsis for the next fucking season, Singularity. I'm gonna read this in its entirety. I think this time bullshit continues. I don't even know. It took 2 seasons for the Reds and Blues to break the universe, but they're going about to discover that things can always get worse. The flow in time is in disarray now that Krovos have been freed from their old prison. There's a they-them pronoun. I don't know what's up with that. And the Reds and Blues are unwittingly trapped, reliving their past memories. Fortunately, there's still one person in the universe who can do something about it, Donut. So Donut is, like, the main character of this season, and he's, like, the only one that's not trapped in this whole paradox of, like, reliving shit. And is, like, the hero. I don't know. Thanks to his quick thinking, Donut manages to trap Krovos in a temporary cell, but it won't hold for long. Krovos' lackey Genkins, which is the Loki, travels through time with the Reds and the Blues and changes the events of their history, creating cracks in an increasingly fragile timeline. If Donut can't find a way to snap his friends out of it, Krovos will be truly free and life as we know it will be rewritten. It's literally Homestuck.
It's literally Homestuck.
You have color-coded characters. You have time shenanigans. You have one person who's gay.
Hey. Homestuck had more gays than RVB does.
Oh, I know. Interesting.
What?
No, hold on. No, I need to read this.
You should read this.
This, although Krovos was... I'm glad, I think we all just saw. Although, I assume this is trivia on Krovos' page.
Correct.
Okay. Although Krovos was frequently referred as male during the Shizno paradox, she has since been referred as female during Singularity. The premiere of Singularity also revealed that she has the ability to change at will into a variety of physical forms of any gender. The characters themselves start using female pronouns to refer to Krovos following the change to a female body and voice. This is whatever. Gods do this all the time. I get it. This is the kicker. This makes her the first transgender character in the series. You can't say that. I mean, I guess, but no, you can't say this.
Yeah. Also, they only changed the gender, it seems, because the person writing got interested in making a female antagonist.
Just because you're into fandom doesn't make
Shut
this character transgender.
Shut up.
Shut up! Yeah, also when your first transgender character is a villain, that's not, like, good.
And also, like, a divine non-human being.
Yeah, you can't win with that. No, you gotta do somewhere else. Actually, I would rather if they
You
didn't.
just don't. I would prefer if you
Don't.
didn't. I don't trust you with this.
Yeah, actually
No.
just don't.
No.
So, yeah, there's also this whole other Everwen timeline, which may just be the timeline of this series? I don't know.
When you mean series, what are you talking about?
This, like, season.
Okay.
I think so. I think the Everwen is where, like, let me see here if I can get,
Do you want the episode or the location?
well, maybe I'll look for the location. There we go. Okay, yeah, the unofficial designation given to a singularity of, quote, soft time, made up of the shared history of reds and
Soft
blues.
time.
The Everone is the main setting of red versus blue singularity. So yeah, basically it's just wherever...
The time zone.
Yeah, it's where the time breaks apart.
Oh, I do remember the joke of when you say ever when a hawk's cry plays.
Wait, that's really good, actually.
Yeah, trivia point which I sparked a memory. Every time the name Everwen is said within the singularity itself, a hawk's cry is heard. So I remember that.
Rook, how much of the show did you end up watching?
I don't know!
Ah! So yeah, I don't even know. I think it's basically just like Donut hops through time and does stuff. Like
Yeah.
I don't
Let's talk about Donut now. Or actually, Alex, do you want to talk about that episode that you linked?
I
That
actually
you were like, we don't have to
want
talk about this? Or...
well,
I mean, so it's
wanna-
mostly just talking about the character.
Yeah, I want to talk about
Yeah.
I want to talk about Sister.
Okay.
So she's like the worst character in the world and I love her. She's terrible. She's dumb.
She does suck.
She's dumb. She's a whore. She's dumb. Like, literally, I think in her...
Wasn't she like the first female character?
Absolutely, she was.
she was the
Yeah.
first human female character, because there was...
Bleh.
Oh, there was
she-
the alien.
There's something in her trivia here. Sheila and Tex, but Tex was an alien, I think.
Tex was an AI, so technically an
Oh.
alien.
Yeah, that's right. So, because Sheila and Tex were both non-humans.
Oh, that's right. Tex was cool as hell.
Fucking she sure was. Sister is the first human female character to appear in the series. She is also the first confirmed bisexual character. But, like, they do it in the worst way. Like, she's just a whore and she flirts with everybody. Literally, her theme is stupidity. But unfortunately, I love her. Like, she's
God, her personality page is so bad.
It's literally...
She mentions that she thought about having a kid just so she would not be known as the girl that's had 7 abortions.
She's the worst. They literally write her the worst. Anyways, I guess she
Yeah.
comes back in one of these later seasons and is like, basically just, I think, makes Tucker
Oh
feel...
god, I forgot that she was also like a vessel for biphobia.
Yep.
Oh, she sure is.
Uh,
Stop, Alex. I
feel
think
another bi phase coming on.
that... yeah. it's literally like, I remember like apparently she comes back to wrap up whatever fucking plot line that she and Tucker had, because Tucker was mad that she didn't sleep with him. And
oh my god, that's right. She was also a junkie. God, she sucks.
She's like literally the worst. But like this last section here, in her plot, Tucker expresses how he thinks Sister hates him because she slept with everyone on their adventure except for him, which enrages Sister, who calls him a narcissist and states he's ego swelled because he is hurt because she won't have sex with him, which is what he deserves. And so I was both incredibly excited and incredibly grief-stricken that she came back, because I'm like, no, just let her die. I am going to read this piece of trivia that Alex linked because it's a worm. So her name is Kaikana, and everybody seems to say, oh, she and Griff are from Honolulu. I don't know where they say that.
I don't know
They
either.
do say it at one point. I remember it being semi-canon, at least.
Okay. I remember that, like, ethnicity was always a talking point in the fandom.
I had a lot of fucking theories. But yes, so Kaikana means younger sibling of the same gender in Hawaiian language. This may be partially explained by the fact that she and Griff are from Honolulu, Hawaii. However, they are not of the same gender. Alex screen capped this and said, this did make me put a little flag above Griff's head, so I am going to hit him with my transgenderification beam. Which I think, actually, the reason I decided I had to read that out was because I think that may have been like a headcanon that people had.
It was, because I had it.
Yeah! Oh, God, yes.
I don't remember if I had any RVB headcanons.
I had so many thoughts about RVB, and I don't want to have them anymore.
Well, no, now's the time to have them.
I think my strongest one was I was really, really, like, incredibly persistent about the fact that I thought that Simmons should be mixed. Because there's a point where he says, like, oh, I'm Dutch, Irish or something, but I think for, everybody was like, but no, he should also be Hispanic. I'm like, he can be all of those things. And in fact, he should be. You have a moral obligation to make him all of those things. So I was very, I was very strongly like, no, he needs to be all of those things. That's, like, the strongest opinion I remember having.
I think that most I remember is that I don't mean this in a weird way at all, it's just a very blunt way to say it. A lot of people just drew Griff fat, which is cool of them.
I appreciated that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also remember, I can't remember what season it was, but there was the season where Simmons was in some horrific accident that was played as a joke.
Yes! They like swapped skin or whatever.
Yeah, and they
Oh
skin
my God. I do
remember
grafted
that,
Griff on
'cause
Simmons, and it's like, if you don't draw this, you're a
I
coward.
followed some people that shipped Griff and Simmons, so I always thought swap skin.
Yes.
Yes!
Wasn't he doesn't he get like a chemical burn or something? And they take a skin graft from Griff?
I think they take some, there was something I might be able to find it, because now I'm just looking at Simmons. Yeah, okay, I remember this. Simmons, however, insists that he is Dutch Irish in points of origin. Also, a running gag of Simmons' dubious ethnicity begins when Griff, unable to understand Lopez's Spanish, believes Simmons can translate due to being, quote, of a Latino persuasion. Simmons, however, insists that he is Dutch Irish. I'm like, he can be all three. He can be all three.
Yeah.
And so I was very like, he's all three. I can't find his injury, but I do remember that was like a thing. Oh my God, that's right. Okay, even though Simmons is part cyborg, due to a majority of his organs being transferred to Griff after he got hit by Sheila. That's right.
Yeah, Griff is the one that got fucked up.
Yes, and so I remember people would like draw Griff with like fucking patches of
brown skin.
Well, actually, most of the time it was because they would draw Griff as brown because
Right. I was still mixing them up in my brain. That's my bad.
No, yeah.
Hey, I did open Griff's page and I forgot that A, there was one single time where Griff was drawn chubby, and two, that there was an animated trailer. Remember the
animated trailer was so good.
Oh my God, wait, where is
Hang on,
he?
I need to pull it up again. We have to stop to watch it.
I do remember that, and I do remember that they drew him chubby, which was very like good.
Yeah.
God.
Oh no, I don't want.
God,
Oh God, that's right. It was a whole episode that was animated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's 7 minutes long. Do we want to stop to watch a 7-minute video that we probably won't talk about?
We can watch after it.
Yeah, we can watch it afterwards because I do want to see it again.
Yeah, I remembered it being cool. It probably has aged weirdly, but I always love a big. One of my cis man traits is I like a big animated shooty.
Yeah, that's my.
I love a big animated fight, dude. They're cool.
That's my toxic cisgender trait.
Yeah, it's like whenever anybody is like, I wish that kids weren't fighting in shonen. I was like, but I do like the big animated fight though. It looks cool. They put a lot of work into it.
Somebody can sell an anime on me being like, "Oh, the fights look really good." I'm like, well, here I am.
Right? Yeah.
Also, I sort of glossed over it, but I think one of you. My brain is running so fast I literally can't remember.
It's fine.
Like, oh, I followed a bunch of people who shipped Griffin Simmons. Yeah,
Me, that was me.
Yeah, that's because you were a fucking genius and because it was good shit.
Because it was a good ship.
It was pretty good.
RVB fandom,
if I remember right.
as it existed, was like 900 times better than the show.
Yeah.
Because it was gay.
Aren't Griffin Simmons and Cannon like best friends? That's what the best ships are built off of. It's
Yeah.
either enemies or best friends.
They are like best fucking
both.
friends.
Yeah.
But like slightly antagonistic in the best way.
Yeah.
However,
That's what happens when you're best friends.
I'm on Simmons' relationships. However, the two are quick to bicker, insult one another in heated disputes, and hate most of each other's qualities. After giving his organs to Griff, Simmons attempted to make Griff quit smoking and go on a healthy diet, but Simmons stated it was because he didn't want Griff to ruin his organs like Griff did with his own. So, yeah, it's like, it's because they have a good relationship, and it's like,
Yeah.
They fucking bicker like an old married couple, which I think was basically the joke, was that they were like an old married couple.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's still good shit, honestly. I don't even know what I want to talk. I still have Donut's page up, and it's just
While we're talking about ships, do we want to talk about the like weird, almost queer baity tones in Tuckington?
Please. Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about something completely different.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I love how weird and blurry this picture is.
Yeah, it's a picture of Griffin Simmons hugging, but it's completely blurry.
That might be Sarge.
No.
No, Sarge is deeper red.
Yeah. Never mind, I'm stupid. It says Sarge.
Yeah. But
Sorry.
it says Sarge Griff.
Damn, you really are the RPB fan among us. You recognize my color.
Yeah. No, because Sarge was the true red. He was like the red, and Simmons is maroon.
Right.
I fucking
Sorry,
know.
I saw the S and I just my brain turned off.
No, let's
What? I talked over you.
No, it's fine. I was just like, I fucking know. No, let's fucking talk about Tuckington and the weird queerbaity vibes of that, because I think it will lead us into what we may have to go out on. Because if I talk about it for too long, I'll want to scream.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh yeah, the live action.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That was, I think, the last episode of season 14.
Yeah, everybody got put in Halo armor
It was very funny.
and ran around outside of Texas for
Which is
like 7 minutes.
I think if you open up that season, and like that episode, give me a second. There's the like thumbnail for it. Red versus
Is it season
Blue.
14?
Yeah, season 14. I
remember season 14 they were playing around a bit. That's where the animated one is from too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there was like a fucking chibi episode or whatever.
Red versus Blue versus Rooster Teeth, which is where the Reds and the Blues are here, and they just go fucking attack people in fucking, oh god.
Season 14 is, I feel like, a return to what they wanted RVB to be, but they kept trying to get big ideas.
Yeah, like literally the 23rd episode of season 14 is just the Warthog flip immersion.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot they included that in RVB.
It's really good. Actually, that reminds me, because I think, do they have this in the trivia? Hold on.
Actually, you know what? I think season 14 is around when I caught up. Because I remember watching these as they came out.
So, I actually have a bit of lores that I just remembered.
What?
So I believe, whatever year this was, 2016. So that summer's RTX immersion panel, I saw this episode early.
Oh my god, that's right, you went RDX.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't you gone to RDX like twice?
I went to RTX twice, which is actually,
Fuck.
I went like right before they introduced like their weird new payment structure, and it got like weird and complicated and like even
Yeah.
more expensive because
The stupid first system.
right, and like the double star, it was all this bullshit. Because like I remember the first year I went, the like super VIP ticket was like expensive, but I will say like you got
It had like a whole shit ton of perks.
You
Didn't
got
it?
a
They at least make
shit
it
ton
worth it.
Oh
Made
yeah,
it.
there was like extra like you get to there was like you could just go hang out with the personalities at like a bar or some shit.
Yeah.
They you got to get into panels early. You got I think like more signings. Like they made it pretty worth your money if it was something
Yeah.
you could afford. But I think like the year after, like I think 2017 was when they were just like, we're just gonna introduce like 7 pricing tiers, and I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But yes, I distinctly remember seeing this in real life at the immersion panel. And I do remember them sort of talking a little bit about it, but I love the trivia, which is the Warthog vehicle used in this video was a gift given to Rooster Teeth team some years before by a fan in England. In the years since, the vehicle had developed maintenance problems, so it was decided it would be sent off in the most spectacular way possible. Like, they literally
Yeah.
were just like, it's broken, we're gonna blow it up, which is
Yeah.
so... I have a very...
Did they also? Am I correct in thinking that they slow-mo guysed it, or?
Well, Gavin Free, who directed Recreation, was the Phantom camera operator for the Warthog explosion. So,
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I definitely, like, whatever small, withered part of my heart has feelings about, like, I still think Immersion is a very good series.
I think it's really cool. It's a really cool concept, and they did it really well because Rooster Teeth has a stupid amount of budget and like access to resources.
Every day I am thinking about the Fallout Immersion.
Oh,
because
it's so good.
That one had even more budget because it was sponsored by Bethesda, so they were
Yeah.
able to go fucking nuts with it.
It was so good.
All right, I'm becoming
genuinely-
moderator. We need to go back to RBB.
I know.
Okay. We have to get back in track. We were talking about Tuckington, I think.
We were.
Yeah, I opened Tucker's page at least.
Let me open Tucker's page. Let me fucking tell you, I gave a lot of a shit about Tucker.
Oh,
We all gave a lot of a shit about Tucker.
There's a ethnicity section.
Sure is.
Sure is. There
Okay.
was discourse.
There was discourse.
Yeah.
I do like the relationship section, which has like the main article linked, but it also says Tucker has developed many relationships with other characters in the series.
I love
Sure,
that.
hope he did.
It's so vague. Did you guys also remember that Tucker has an alien son?
Yes,
I do, of course I do.
Of
It's like the one
course.
thing I always remember about RVB whenever it comes up. I remember Tucker's alien son. Am I right in remembering that was a canon Mpreg situation?
Yep.
Yes.
E.
He gave birth to his son, Blargety Blarg Tucker. But also, I love him.
Yeah. Oh, hey, an
see.
RVB thing that I never mentioned, and I don't think anybody knows about me. I still have an RVB keychain on my keys.
I still have the RVB book.
Oh man.
My keys?
Also,
I may have taken it off.
since we're briefly talking about his alien son,
Nope, there it is.
this is my favorite picture in the whole world, which is his alien son on an otherwise human basketball team.
Yeah!
It's the funniest image I've ever seen, and I love it to this day. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I'm holding my keys in my hands right now. I have the memory is the key keychain.
Oh my god.
my God.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brooke.
What?
I fucking no, it's fine. I really hate that role and plot there is.
A lot of Rooster Teeth's merch was really good, is the problem.
Do you know the thing that makes me the most angry in the world? I promise we'll get right back to it, but
Yeah.
Rooster Teeth merch got like really good when I started to get out of Rooster
I
Teeth.
know, I'm so angry
Like,
about it.
You all made me buy shitty fucking t-shirts for years.
I mean, at least their shirts have always been comfy. Like, I still wear one of the shirts I have as a sleep shirt because it's really soft.
Me too. Their shirts are
Again,
super
they have too much access to good resources.
I remember, like, when they changed the shirts they were using, it was a fucking godsend. Anyways,
Yeah.
Tucker.
Homophobia.
Homophobia. The thing about Tuckington is it wasn't even as bad as, like, the Bumblebee queer baiting. It was just, like, you always felt like they could almost do it. And it was, like, It was almost. I'm gonna go to his relationship.
Hey, not to bring it down, but
Yeah, I
did
saw that too.
you
Let's
guys
ignore it. I read that. I'm like, I'm going to ignore this, and we can cut this part out of the episode because it's a real fucking
I didn't,
downer.
but yeah, we can cut that out if you want. Anyway, RVB is full of crimes.
It is disgusting, and it should not be something that we watch, and should not have been something I devoted like 4 years of my life to.
That's how I feel about Rooster Teeth. The only good thing that Rooster Teeth gave me is my friends.
Okay. Anyways, so I'm looking at his
Homophobia.
Tucker's relationship with Washington. Let me link that. And the thing is, like, if you read this and you're straight, you're like, they're really good friends, which is like the worst. It's like the worst kind of like almost queer baiting, where it's like there's enough plausible deniability that you just know it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, like, but especially seasons 11 and 13, like 11 through 13, that was fucking prime Tuckington hours, because like seasons 11 through 13 were Tucker's big like character arc moments, which is when everybody, and I also distinctly remember everybody was so fucking mad about it, because they were like, it's sort of mad in terms of like, he's Church, right? And he has all this shit going on. And now Tucker's getting a fucking arc. Stop disrespecting the Reds or I'll kill you.
Oh, right, yeah, the Blues were the only ones that people cared about, and the Reds were just the goofers.
Right, and so all of the Reds fans were like, please, for the love of God, give them
I forgot about that, like, divide.
It was some very real pain, and I felt bad because I was like, I like the Blues because, like, they have plot.
Yeah.
But no, like, I'm reading in here. In season 11, Wash opens up to Tucker about how he was the worst freelancer in his squad, and the two of them work out their problems and become begrudging allies and later close friends. This is proven in Change of Plans when Carolina points a gun at Tucker for attempting to abandon the mission. In response, Wash points a gun at her, claiming he's protecting his friend. Since then, Wash has specifically trained Tucker and has become a source of advice for him. So, like...
Oh, that's right, I forgot he trained him.
Like, training arcs, and they become friends, and they started out as begrudging out. I mean, it's all
of the flavor is there.
They have a heartfelt exchange in season 15 before Wash and Carolina separate from the rest of the group, in which Tucker affectionately calls him Dad and Buzzkill, which I don't... That sort of complicates things for gay reasons, but, you know. In Desolation, after Wash is shot in the throat, Tucker was left severely depressed over his actions, but later regained confidence from Griff to fight to pay the Blues and Reds back for hurting Wash. Like, I think there's literally a part that I just sort of skipped over, but there's literally like, oh, Tucker fucking kills someone, or he like attacks someone in a revenge-fueled rage.
Oh.
Because somebody hurt. Well, like, it's like literally like, if you're gay and you're smart, like, you can fucking see how it all comes together. But if you're a boring straight dude, you're like, the brotherly bond forged by warriors, or whatever the fuck. It makes me so mad. It has so much potential, but I need to rip them out of this fucking series.
Dude, it's time to make OCs.
I know. Like, I know I need to make OCs, but there's just always going to be a little part of the back of my brain that's like, remember how they could have been good in canon?
Well, that's what I know you can make them your canon. Aw, Discord doesn't like Brothers in Arms. I tried posting the Brothers in Arms ASCII dick copy pasta.
I think it being fucked up is even funnier.
God, I hate seeing copy pasta. I hate being online.
So, I think this is, since we've talked about homophobia, we can talk about we're going to talk about Doc first, because he has other problems that I want to talk about. Because it leads into we're doubling down on the homophobia. This is Wikiboys discuss homophobia.
And then we're going to triple down on it.
We're going to triple down on it. So, let's fucking talk about Doc. So, I had to stop myself from bringing him up when we talked about Gray, because I say this in, I don't even know if I can call it the nicest way possible.
The least inflammatory way possible.
The least inflammatory way possible. He's basically a pansy.
Yeah.
Like, he's vegan, I think, or vegetarian.
Oh my god, that's right.
He did track, and he's very crunchy, and he's a pacifist, and so, like, there's a lot of But then also, he got possessed by an AI and was evil sometimes.
Yeah.
Y'all remember O'Malley? Because I fucking remember that.
Oh,
Oh, no!
no!
Yeah, because that was the Omega shit. Yeah, this article is about the original character. You may be looking for the Epsilon created double. Well, that's a whole other thing. I'm sorry.
I forgot about O'Malley.
Because there's a bit where Church, who I think at that point is Epsilon. I could fucking talk about the like Leonard Church, the
AI
human,
nonsense.
Church, Alpha, Epsilon. They tried to kill Church like 7 times, and I don't even think that motherfucker's dead still.
They can't fucking kill him.
They can't fucking kill him. It's because he's voiced by the CEO. So
Yeah.
Alex, did you not know about Omega?
I knew about him. My brain just rocketed that Omega was O'Malley. And that's
Yeah.
like the whole conceit, how it all connects.
Yeah.
So yeah, he gets like possessed by like a rage AI or whatever the fuck, and that's, you know,
Yeah, and I don't even want to say effeminate, but like when you're a cis gamer man, these traits are effeminate.
he's very
Dude with a dual personality, one that is just rage. It's like, okay.
I think
Okay.
also I think for whatever reason his personalities merges, which is strange because I thought that he was like controlled by an AI, but whatever.
I don't know, man.
But no, like he's pacifist, and there's a part where I think he like goes and makes like a little farm or something in Chorus, I think. Now, anyways, I know what happened. And so yeah, like he's not like pansy is sort of maybe not the right word, but he's very crunchy and he's very,
Yeah.
again, if you're a cis gamer
gentler compared to like every other fucking character.
right, and because like also specifically he's a medic. There's a very good quote on the top of his page, which is, Doc, I'm not a doctor, I'm a medic. What's the difference, Tucker? Well, a doctor cures people. A medic just makes them more comfortable while they die.
Yeah, that's I do remember that line. It was very good.
So that was unfortunately good jokes.
Yeah.
Because that was a season 2 line, back when it was just still gamer dudes making dick jokes. And so especially Doc was
Oh, I forgot that he also failed out of medical school. Is not qualified to be a medical officer.
No, he is not.
Oops.
Does a gay little malpractice to piss you off.
It's like, well, it's not quite. I just always like to think about the post that's like, cock's gun, I didn't lose my medical license for nothing. It's probably one of my favorite jokes of all time.
Pretty good joke.
Hey, I forgot that his name was Frank Dufresne?
Yeah, Frank Dufresne, yeah.
Dufresne, okay, I'm stupid.
This is an aside that I'll cut out, but I had to like grab one of the cookies and run up the stairs and just like throw it and then slam the door.
No, you should leave that in actually, because we did talk while you were gone.
Oh, that's true. Where does it talk
He's
about?
offered numerous questionable treatments, including rubbing aloe on the neck if shot in the foot and using orange juice to fix a shot leg.
Homeopathic medicine.
Quote, began his career by failing out of the homeopathic medicine program at Jamaica State. Assuming he is from Jamaica, this would also support his ethnicity being black. Cool, whatever. Nowhere else on this page does it mention that. Like, I don't know. They're just like, it supports his ethnicity. No, that's the only piece of evidence you have.
That's
It
not
doesn't
supporting.
support anything. It's just your piece of
Yeah.
evidence. Which
It's
is
your
whatever.
one pillar. It's not supporting anything.
Oh, right, it's your single pillar.
It's a fucking obelisk in the sky. It's nothing.
Themes, medical practices, pacifism, abuse.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I'm
forgot
sorry.
that he's the character that gets ragdolled around by the rest of the cast.
I'm actually sorry. No, there is actually something else. I didn't realize it because they say African American and then go black. In the RVB holiday special, Sarge says that, quote, Doc keeps talking about something called Kwanzaa, suggesting that Doc may be African American. So now you have 2 pillars. That's not enough to support something other than a table.
Can tables have 2 legs?
No.
I guess I was thinking about, like, if you had 2 pillars and you laid, like, a plank across them, it's technically a table and it has 2 legs.
Hang on, I'm googling 2-legged table. Oh, well, yeah, there's these, like, the ones that have, like, feet.
Yeah.
Oh, I love you guys. You have brain problems. We need to get back. We need to focus.
I know, I'm sorry. Was there anything else you wanted to talk about Doc with?
Sorry, hold on.
What?
So I went to go talk about his relationship to Donut because I coming back around. So, although Doc redevelops his O'Malley psyche, I believe this is in late season 13, in fierce anger because almost no one noticed his disappearance, Donut expresses great joy of his return and explains to Doc what has happened on Chorus since he vanished. The relationship was somewhat restored when Donut begs with the rest of the Blood Gulch crew for his aid, which Doc accepts. Their nearly restored relationship didn't last long. During the events of the Shizno Paradox, when Doc's O'Malley psyche completely takes over him, he joins Krovos in trying to destroy time, so he's fucked up and evil now.
Oh, okay.
Donut also sides with Krovos initially after being manipulated by him to do so, but immediately turns on him when he discovers he intends to kill the other Reds and Blues. Donut goes to kill Krovos, but is attacked by Doc, who is dedicated to defend him. The two then have an enormous fight against each other, which ends with Donut bringing Doc's downfall by blowing him up with a grenade, sending him flying off a building, which may have even possibly killed him.
Possibly. Does Doc have a fucking status?
Yeah, I'm looking right fucking now.
Active.
What? Alright, hold on.
God, I forgot I had a brother.
Oh,
It's
okay, I
dead.
see. That's weird. Doc is thought to have died by Donut after their battle. However, this is shown to not be true when Doc's present self was restored and they ever went. Okay, so they faked us
The
out.
RVB characters are made of putty.
I genuinely, if they ever permanently killed a red or blue, I think this show would just have to end. Like, those motherfuckers cannot be killed.
Yeah.
Except Church. Church can just keep dying.
But he's still,
Yeah,
he might still be alive, though, is the problem. So, I think now it's finally time to talk about him.
Okay.
It's time to talk about Donut.
It's time to talk about Donut.
Him and his 3 names.
Him and Franklin Delano Donut. His nicknames are all from Caboose, by the way. Which, admittedly, these are all pretty good. Private Biscuit, Lieutenant McMuffin, Commander Poppin' Fresh, Major Cinnamon Bun, Corporal Sandwich, and Muffin Man.
The thing is that sometimes the jokes are good.
Sometimes the jokes are really good.
Sometimes the jokes are a little bit fun. I mean, Commander Poppin' Fresh is the funniest thing I've ever fucking heard. And it's one of the, probably one of the one jokes about Donut that's just not making fun of him for being a fucking gay stereotype.
Yeah.
So...
I guess in a way it could be.
I think I think Caboose is played as too stupid. I think he just doesn't remember Donut's name.
We don't need to talk about Caboose, but he also sucks ass.
Yeah.
Numerous reasons.
Reasons. Okay, so I was fucking right about the farm. Give me a second. There's a fucking picture on here. So one of his themes is armor color and sexuality.
Wee.
Hey, you left out another one, which is armor color and sexuality, sense of direction and annoyance of others, near deaths.
I think probably every one of the Reds and Blues probably has a near death section.
Yeah, probably.
So, fucking. There's this whole joke that's like, oh, it's not pink, it's lightish red.
Yeah.
Which goes on for too long, but I think they may have finally killed that joke because I think he finally admitted,
I'd hope so.
I think they finally admitted that his armor is pink.
I do feel like I remember him screaming the word pink.
Yeah. Donut is known for saying ambiguously sexual things, adding to the confusion about his sexuality. Donut often says these things when he is given orders, with his responses either hinting that he is stereotypically homosexual or that he will just carry out the order in a strange way. I love that interpretation. For example, when told to tie up a prisoner, Donut said he would use his, quote, new handcuffs, and when Doc suggested that they roleplay as a way to resolve conflict, Donut asked to be the police officer. Yes, oh my god, okay, I'm so glad you found this piece of trivia. I wanted to talk about it so much. Donut has also embodied some other stereotypes of gay men, such as greatly caring about wardrobe and interior decorating, and scolding people for wearing colors that, quote, don't match. There's tons of other stuff. It's mostly that I remember a joke about glazed holes, and it just lives in my brain.
Hey guys, I
to
forgot
this
how
day.
bad Donut was.
He's really fucking awful.
It's really fucking
Oh
bad.
god, it's worse than it's way worse than I remembered. I think I'm only remembering Donut from when they calmed down in the later seasons.
Yeah, when he was not super there a lot, and so he would just show up, say something gay, and then just leave.
Yeah.
This picture that I found, which is of Doc and Donut's farm. To this day, I'm still mad about Doc Nut. It should have been a thing. If you're gonna make Here's the fucking
It would have redeemed it.
I went to look at Donut's page pretty quickly because I was like, maybe they actually made him gay. No.
Why would they? Why would they? He's a core character. Core characters aren't allowed to be gay.
He's
Even when they go off screen, if they were incepted in the original funny gamer man, they can't be gay.
But the fucking thing is, I wouldn't be so bad if he was actually gay.
I'd still be a little mad.
I mean, I would still be a little mad. I'd be less mad.
I would still be mad, but I would be like, well, you know what? At least you have a gay character being
I'm really
gay. You know what I mean?
I would still be mad about it.
Here's the thing. At this fucking point,
At this point, if in recent ways they did it, if it was like back then, it'd be like, what? Hello?
right? I think like if back then they had,
And like RVB is like old, so I do have to be like, okay, it's old. You were stupid. You were making it in your bedroom.
But now I'm like,
probably just you guys to laugh at.
right? You are continuing to make this series, and you're continuing to have this character appear and be the way that he is. At this point, you just need to do it and actually make him for real gay, because then you can maybe slightly lessen the bullshit that this is.
Yeah.
It doesn't fix it.
I'm really of two minds about it. It's like, I don't want it, but also fucking at least do it.
I think it's sort of like, he's gay. He's already gay in all but name. What does it fucking hurt to have him be like, oh, my ex-boyfriend. Bam, there you go.
Yeah, right.
If you're already
like, you don't have to make him get into a relationship with a core character or like a new character. Just be like, oh yeah, he used to be or whatever. Well, not used to be gay, but he used to date someone. I mean,
right. Like, he used to be in a
or
relationship.
maybe even like, I don't know, if there was like a conflict where he's like, going back to Darknet, like expressed some emotion about it that was like, I don't know.
Right. So he has a reception section, which is.
Do you want to read the thing that Alex posted?
I'm doing it.
Okay.
Godwin stated that much of the intended humor involving Donut derives from, quote, gay jokes, but that Rooster Teeth has never received complaints about the theme of homosexuality. I'm here!
That's fucking wrong!
Here's Johnny! I'm here to fucking complain! You goddamn homophobes! You made him...
Everybody's been complaining! The only people that don't complain are the homophobic fans!
Mm-hmm. They
Idiots.
had the gall to make him a main character for a whole season. And not once say, oh yeah, and he's also actually gay after the fucking decades of bullying that we've done.
Yeah.
I think about him and I want to kill somebody. It makes me, like, okay. There are situations like this where, like, characters have, like, gay jokes made about them, but their sexuality is not confirmed.
Yeah, it's, like, reasonably ambiguous.
Right. As far as I can tell, I agree with the sentiment that is, if you're gonna make gay jokes about this character, just fucking make him gay. Because at that point, there's a certain amount of kind of in on the joke, or it's somewhat less mean or demeaning. Like, a gay person can make, like, jokes about themselves, even if it's a straight person writing it and it's a fictional character. Like, I get it. You can make a joke about yourself that's a little...
I feel like if it was anything other than RVB, I wouldn't want to quibble so much. It's just like, well, RVB is garbage, so I don't want them to.
Here's the thing. I don't want them to, but they honestly just owe it to this poor gay boy.
Yeah.
They've heard him for so many years.
They're so anti making any gay characters unless it's like maybe girls, because then the het men can like it. Mm-hmm. Every day I think about Ruby.
Every day I think about Ruby.
I'm like, RVB, of course they wouldn't, because it's the one that features men, but Ruby, it's got a lot of girls in it, so maybe we could have some kiss.
But I'm
so tired.
I have to end it here, but
Did you talk? I feel like you barely talked about Donut.
Rick, if I do, I'll start screaming.
Do you want to go? Do you want to fucking go?
I'm so tired. They used this lightish red character for 15 plus years of homophobic bullying, and they don't even have the decency to be like, yes, he's actually gay, that's why he says gay things. It makes me so fucking mad. And I think that's what that difference is like, if he was gay and he was singing gay things, I'd be like, okay. I mean, me too, you know what I mean? but this ambiguous sexuality is like, you're just making fun of gay men at this point.
Yeah.
And the fact that they continued to do it and continued to do it and continued to do it. Like in 2003 or whatever, you know, it's you're 5 dudes in a fucking, you know, tiny apartment in buttfuck Texas. You're making a funny web series. You have this show continuing to 2019, and you think that that's still an acceptable fucking way to portray a character?
Yeah. I forgot about the donut poster where he has his hand on his hip and his hip is cocked.
Mm-hmm. He has like a little gay pose.
I didn't.
His little gay pose that you could buy from the store, I think.
Yes, you could buy this for quite a while.
Oh, the image broke.
No, it's fine.
It's not loading for me.
The top one here, and I want you...
God,
Back on the farm, I used to think about things. Then repress those thoughts. He could be a fucking good character because he was in like from the middle of like I think fucking buttfuck nowhere, Iowa.
Oh my god,
Iowa.
right.
He was a little gay farm boy.
I need to pull up the Donutisms poster because these are all.
They're all bad.
It's time to pound some caboose. Jesus,
I've got it.
Christ. Hey, I forgot he was like this.
I
didn't. I never did.
My old armor used to chafe my thighs something awful, but the crotch in this pink one is surprisingly roomy. He just talks about his dick. Oh my god.
I dotted all the eyes with hearts.
All these girls want to do is talk about chick stuff, and not the fun chick stuff like ribbons and unicorns.
Which is the way I got most likely to be fabulous in high school. Guys, this sucks. Guys, this sucks.
Don't get me started on the design of this new armor. I mean, what is this? Autumn? So,
ew, I forgot he says, Simmons, I need your ovaries.
I also forgot about that. Please. If anybody's going to give birth, it's going to be Tucker.
Also, if anybody wants to relive the graphic design as my passion, just look up the red versus blue isms posters, because these look pretty good.
Can you believe people bought these?
Right? I wonder if anyone still has these on their walls.
Oh.
If you are listening to this and have it on your wall, I want to see it.
I want a picture. Please tweet at us.
Send me a picture. So, but I just genuinely, I thought...
Hey! Donuts is more dressed up than everybody else's. Oh, never mind. Simmons is also has a lot of bullshit on it, but every other character has just like black text in different fonts. But Simmons and Donut both have colored text on theirs.
I think it's because they wanted to make Simmons a little...
He was also like, wasn't he kind of like class pettish?
Yes, he was a little bit of a brown noser.
Yeah. Oh, this one's like really scrunched. You can't read some of these.
God, it's so funny.
Oh yeah, he was just like a little office boy.
Mm-hmm. I did forget about this sort of regrettably good quote, which is, well, my gut says no, but then again, my gut's made of an advanced polymer. Doesn't know what the hell it's talking about.
That's really good.
The thing is that there were good jokes.
There's tiny little nuggets of joy.
It's almost like they're better at writing comedy than plot.
I did forget about, according to Sarge and Drink Your Ovaltine, every day at 17:30, 5:30 p.m., Donut has a daily wine and cheese hour. Which is
also,
honestly...
I was just briefly looking over Donut's trivia, and I forgot that there's just this line. In the Mother's Day PSA, Sarge notes, you only have one mother, and unless you come from a progressive home like Donut's. It is unclear whether this means Donut had no mother, which would go against a few running gags about repressing his sexuality, or more than one mother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it could just be a gay joke about Donut.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like they always do.
His name is a reference to a former president?
Yeah, Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
Yeah, Franklin Delano.
Yeah, Franklin Delano Donut is a reference to FDR.
Okay. Oh, and wait, what? No way! I thought it was way earlier. He didn't finally admit that his armor was pink until 2019.
Mm-hmm. At the end of RVB's Singularity.
What the that's so long! I thought he did it earlier. Why do I remember him saying it's pink?
It's a dumb comedy series. They're not allowed to have character
It's a dumb
progression.
comedy series.
It could also be that he would be like, oh, it's not pink, it's lightish red, because he says that a lot.
Maybe. But yeah, in reference to the Singularity, Donut finally admitted his armor is pink, possibly meaning the end of the lightish red joke. Guys, you let it go on that long? It's not funny. It was funny like the first 3 times.
Was it? I disagree. I don't think it was ever funny.
It was maybe funny once.
Ugh. This is a bad show, guys. I'm
Yeah.
sad
I forgot that in
so much
season
of my
14
life to
also... Yeah, we can stop now, but I forgot that in season 14, his pink armor color is very pleasant. It's very nice.
It is nice.
Oh, was that the...
I think it's the Halo 4.
Yeah. Halo 4 looks good, and I'm here to say that.
I think that those season 14 like models are like iconic RVB to me. I look at them and I'm like, yeah, that's RVB.
To me as well, because I think it was very much the first one that I watched, live. So I feel like, I look at that. Like, I don't look at
I do remember logging onto Tumblr and watching the new episode and then waiting for you to also post about it before we were actually friends.
Oh my god.
We were just like mutuals.
God, that's really good. Anyways.
This series fucking sucks and no one should watch it.
The series fucking sucks, don't watch it.
I devoted like 5 years of my life to it. We're done now.
Don't watch any Rooster Teeth content, actually.
Don't.
That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
watch anything else.
Literally anything else.
Anything else, preferably, maybe, possibly, not made by cishet white men anymore. Mm-hmm. Gamer men, specifically.
Mm-hmm. Free yourself from the shackles of the gamer men that you once were into. And don't watch their content anymore.
Don't watch their content anymore.
No. Watch me play games. Watch me and Aster play video games instead. Mm-hmm. The, 2 entire times we played games together.
Right.
This is what Let's Plays are now.
Let's Plays are owned by the girls and the gays.
And that's it.
If you're a cis man and you play games, I hate you. But that's my official review. Fucking fuck RVB. Fuck what they did to Donut. I'm still mad.
My rage is never ending. But it's lessened now. I feel better.
God has crushed me for my hubris, and my rage is never finished.
Yeah, this has been Wikiboys. You can follow us on Twitter at WikiboysPod. You can follow me on Twitter at Twitwang.
You can follow me on Twitter at AlexMostlyOK.
You can follow me on Twitter at NerdOfGoodness.
This has been Wikiboys, and we'll definitely fix it in post.
The music used in this episode is Quirky Dog by Kevin MacLeod, found at Incomptech.com and used under the Creative Commons license.